वेलकम अगेन यंग लर्नर्स टू आवर चैनल सीसी मंत्रा एजुकेशन अजमेर। हम लोगों ने स्टार्ट कर दी है क्लास 12 की इंडियन इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट और हम लोग कर रहे हैं चैप्टर 1 दैट इज इंडियन इकोनॉमी ऑन द ईव ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस। 2 पार्ट हम लोगों ने कंप्लीट कर लिए हैं एंड आई टोल्ड यू कि बेसिकली हम इसमें देखेंगे कि अलग अलग सेक्टर्स की क्या कंडीशन थी ऑन द ईव ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस। वी हैव कंप्लीटेड द स्टेट ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर, the state of industries and the state of foreign trade on the eve of independence, and now we are going to do the demographic conditions and the occupational structure on the eve of independence. So let's start. So first of all we'll do the state of demographic structure on the eve of independence. That means demographic conditions kis tarike ki thi, what was the birth rate, the death rate, what was the life expectancy, what was the literacy rate, etc. That means all these social parameters will be discussed. But before we will start this, we should know that the first census was collected in India in 1872 at the time of Lord Mayo, but from 1881 it has been made decennial from the period of Lord Ripon. यानी कि 1881 के बाद से इसे क्या कर दिया है, हर 10 साल में कंडक्ट कर दिया गया है. एंड दैट इज वाई इफ वी सी ऑल द सेंसस आर इन द न्यूमरिक्स ऑफ 1, 1881, 1991 and the previous census was conducted in 2011. The new census had to be collected in 2021 but due to the pandemic situations it was not conducted. So सबसे पहले हम डिस्कस करेंगे the birth rate and the death rate. Both the birth rate and death rate at the time of Britishers were very high. दोनों ही बहुत ज़्यादा थी. And a high birth rate is an indicator of the illiteracy. ये क्या शो करता है? It indicates the illiteracy. While a high death rate is an indicator of poor health facilities. जबकि high death rate ये शो करता है that the health facilities were poor. So from this we can conclude, since the birth rate as well as the death rate were very high, there was mass illiteracy in the country, and along with that the health facilities were also very poor. Now the next one is the poor health facilities. जैसा मैंने अभी कहा कि the health facilities were extremely poor at the time of independence. That could be concluded with these two incidences. Further दो incidences है जिनसे हम conclude कर सकते हैं कि health facilities भी बहुत ज़्यादा poor थी. सबसे पहला हमारे पास आता है infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate implies the number of children dying below the age of 1 year. It is calculated as per 1000 live birth. ये basically per 1000 live birth पर measure की जाती है. So at the time of British government के time की बात करें तो it was as high as 218 per 1000. That means out of every 1000 live birth, there were 218 children approximately who used to die before the age of 1 year. That shows the poor health facilities in the country. The children were undernourished. Now, if we talk about right now, it is 33 per 1000. So we can see the difference. हम आसानी से difference देख सकते हैं कि ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट के टाइम जहां पर ये infant mortality rate 218 per 1000 थी, it had reduced to 33 per 1000 right now. Then we talk about the life expectancy. Life expectancy का मतलब है average number of years a person is expected to live. It is average number of years a person is expected to live. If we talk about the life expectancy, that was very low at the time of independence, that was 32 years only. That means on an average a person was expected to live for 32 years. This shows the health conditions that were available at that moment of time was very poor. And if we see the same right now, it is 69 years at present. At present में ये कितनी है 69 years. So we can see the difference. हम difference को देख सकते हैं कि आज के time में it is more than double, and at the time of British government it was just 32 years. That means a person was expected to live only for 32 years because they were not having the accessibility towards the better health conditions. Then we have literacy rate. If we talk about the literacy rate was again very low, बहुत कम थी, and the literacy rate was only 16%. यदि हम literacy rate की बात करें तो ये केवल 16% थी. The total literacy rate was 16%. And out of it, if we talk about the female literacy, it was again very low. That was hardly 7%. So this not only shows that the people in the country was illiterate, but it also shows the social backwardness of the country. There was a gender bias in the country. दो चीजों को ये reveal करता है कि the country was socially backward, and along with this reveals that there was a gender bias in the country. Country में gender bias था. Male were given preference to female, यानी कि मेल को फीमेल से ज़्यादा प्रेफरेंस मिल रही थी. Then we have widespread poverty. Widespread poverty का मतलब है the poverty was on a massive scale. Although there is no official data related to the poverty is available, but from all these situations, like there was a high birth rate, high death rate, the people were not having the accessibility towards the better health conditions, the life expectancy was very low, the infant mortality rate was very high, we can easily conclude that there was a massive poverty in the economy. Economy में जो poverty थी वो बहुत ज़्यादा थी. Then we have the demographic transition. Basically demographic transition का मतलब क्या है? It is changing patterns of the demographic situation. If we talk about India's demographic situations, there were two situations. Prior to 1921 and after 1921. Prior to 1921, India is known to be in the first stage of demographic transition. And the second stage of demographic transition started after 1921. Why is it so? ऐसा क्यों है? Basically, prior to 1921, in every census, there was the variations in the demographic conditions or in the population. If we see the data, we will conclude that in one census, the population was increasing, in the another census, it was decreasing, and same pattern was followed prior to 1921. But after 1921, there was an increase only in the population. Let's see. So we have a data related to this in which we can conclude that prior to 1921, in 1 year, the change in the population was minus 0.04 crores. That means there was a fall in the population by 0.04 crores. And in 1911, the population was increased by 1.3 crores. In the next census, it was again less by 0.07 crores, and after 1921 it is just experiencing an increase in the population. And that is why we say that the Indian demographic situations are divided into two parts. Prior to 1991 was known as the first stage of the demographic transition, and after 1921 it is known as the second stage of demographic transition. Now the next we have is the state of occupational structure on the eve of independence. Occupational structure का basically meaning क्या है? That how many people are engaged in the primary sector, how many are engaged in the secondary sector, and how many are engaged in the tertiary sector. We have a data regarding to this that is related to 1951, where we can see in the primary sector near about 70 to 75% of the total population was engaged. In the secondary sector, near about 10% of the total population was engaged, and in the tertiary sector, near about 15 to 20% of the total population was engaged. So out of this we can conclude that still after independence, maximum people were dependent upon the primary activities for their source of livelihood. This shows that Indian economy was backward on the eve of independence because the occupation that they were adopting so as to run their livelihood was primary sector, and an economy which has primary sector as a prime source of occupation is considered as a backward economy. So we can conclude this, that the Indian economy was backward on the eve of independence in terms of demographic situations and in terms of occupational structure. So with this we have ended up this part of the video also, and I hope कि आपको हमारा वीडियो ज़रूर पसंद आया होगा. यदि आपको हमारा वीडियो पसंद आता है तो हमारे चैनल को लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब कीजिए. थैंक यू वेरी मच.